Hey everyone, welcome to Videographer channel. I'm Vlad and I'm Videographer. It's so great to see all of you guys again. Thanks for joining me. Today I want to share some valuable tips on working with a videographer to achieve the best results for your project. I won't mention the obvious things like checking the videographer's portfolio, especially since you might find a particular videographer through recommendations from people you trust. The main goal of this video is to maximize the efficiency of your collaboration with the videographer and help you achieve the best possible result in your final video while spending as little money as possible. Whether you are shooting a business promo, event video, online courses or social media content, we aim to make your video as effective and impressive as possible while minimizing your budget. Let's dive right in. Tip number 1. Don't try to oversimplify the task when giving your videographer the technical assignment. This is the most common mistake. Think logically. Saying that what you need is very simple raises the question, why are you hiring a professional if it's so easy? The task might not be as simple as you think, and that's why you need a professional's help. If you describe the job as very simple, it might come across as an attempt to reduce the budget unfairly. This can be perceived as undervaluing the work and might even come off as disrespectful. Even if you believe the task is straightforward, avoid framing it as something too simple. Instead, provide a detailed description of what you need so the videographer can accurately assess the work involved and offer a fair price. This point follows completely from the previous one, and this is very important, so I would like to elaborate on it a bit more. Remember, our main goal is to get the best possible video content for the least amount of money. This advice might not apply if you are a large company with a big budget. In such cases, you would likely hire a full production team or a big ad agency. But if you are hiring a videographer, you are probably a small business owner or need to film an event, wedding or small commercial or Instagram reels. So our goal is to achieve a great result for a reasonable price. My second tip is to provide the videographer you want to hire with as much information about your project as possible. The first thing that almost any filmmaker will need to know is the duration of the shoot. Will it be 3 hours, half a day, a full day, or even 2 days of filming, right? To give you an accurate quote, the videographer needs to understand how much time he will spend on set. Next, consider the amount of filming equipment you will need. 1, 2 or 3 cameras? Do you need professional audio recording? If so, how many people will be speaking on camera at the same time, requiring 1, 2 or 3 microphones? Will you need additional lighting? Do you plan to get drone shots? Another important factor is the location of the shoot. Inform the videographer where you plan to film, as this affects travel time, setup time and potentially the complexity of the shoot. Provide all this information to your video guy so he can accurately calculate the cost of your video production. Although it might seem like providing a lot of information would increase the cost, it actually helps the filmmaker give you a precise and fair estimate. The videographers often inflate the estimates when they lack detailed information because they want to protect themselves from working too much for too little. The concept of a brief or technical assignment is well established for a reason. It's a specific form with questions that help you give the videographer all the necessary details about your project. This way you can send him or her the completed form with all the project details before scheduling a call to discuss further. To sum up, for a videographer to offer you a good price and ensure the best results, focus on providing him with a detailed brief or technical assignment. If you don't have a specific form, just make sure you have all the necessary information ready to discuss the details of your project thoroughly. So the next point I want to discuss is this. Don't overload your videographer with more than they should handle. What do I mean by that? When you hire a videographer, you are hiring a specialist for video production, right? This includes filming, organizing the shoot and preparing for it. They also handle the editing, color correction and possibly sound design. Some videographers might even offer animation or motion design or even 3D graphics. The key is to make sure you understand the scope of what the videographer is responsible for and not expect them to do everything beyond their expertise or the agreed upon scope. Don't expect your videographer to handle tasks like preparing the location or fixing issues with the set. When the videographer arrives, their focus is on their equipment, making sure the camera settings are right for the environment, ensuring proper sound recording and adjusting the lighting, for example. They won't have time to arrange props or check if everything in the frame is perfect. If you have specific requirements for the scene, it's your job or the job of your assistants or a dedicated person like a set designer, for example, to ensure that everything is arranged correctly. This includes making sure the talent is dressed appropriately and that makeup, for example, is important for your shoot. Don't expect the videographer to monitor it. Instead, hire a makeup artist to handle details like smudged mascara or shiny skin. The videographer is concentrating on the equipment, ensuring that it performs at its best, so it's best to leave other things, other details to specialists. So don't overload your videographer. By keeping the focus on what they do best, you will ensure they deliver the highest quality work. Let's move on to the next tip. After the filming is done and before your videographer starts editing the video, make sure you provide him with all necessary information and files. This includes any music you want to use, design elements like your logo, lower thirds information, and any on-screen text or details. The goal is to minimize the chances of having to make changes later because something was forgotten. Make sure all of this is communicated upfront so the videographer can keep it in mind during the editing process. This will reduce the amount of work and revisions needed, show respect for the videographer's time, and help you get the final result faster. My final tip, which I would classify as a bonus tip, is about when to settle payment with your videographer. This doesn't apply if you have a formal contract, as billing and payment are straightforward in that case, but if you are paying in cash, when is the best time to do it? Some videographers require deposit when you book the shoot, usually 20–30%, to cover the time in case you cancel last minute. Cancellations aren't frequent for me. Instead, I collect the full payment after the shoot is completed before starting the editing. I recommend this approach to all videographers and suggest clients consider it as well. When a videographer is paid upfront, especially if he's professional and honest, he's more motivated to deliver the final product quickly. Once he's been paid, he's eager to fulfill his end of the bargain and make you a happy client. To summarize my final tip, settle the payment with your videographer in full on the day of the shoot's completion. That's a wrap for today's shoot. We have covered 5 tips and tricks on how to hire a videographer to get the best results for your project while staying within limited budget. Let's do a quick recap. Don't simplify the task. Provide detailed information. Don't overload the videographer. Supply necessary files before editing. Settle payment promptly. If I missed something important, feel free to add your thoughts in the comments. Who knows, we might make a more in-depth video on this topic in the future. For now, thank you for watching till the end. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on future content. See you in the next video. Bye bye for now.